Have you ever opened a task manager, stared at it for a few seconds, and realized it was either too simple to be useful or so complex that you stopped using it entirely? That was exactly my situation before I started using Notion boards. I needed something visual, flexible, and practical for real work, not just a pretty productivity tool. What I found was a system that actually changed how I organize projects, track progress, and think about tasks. When I first tried Notion boards, I used them as a basic Kanban setup. Columns for to do, in progress, and done. Nothing fancy. But what stood out immediately was that each card was not just a task. Every card could hold detailed notes, links, checklists, files, deadlines, and even comments. That meant I stopped juggling between multiple apps just to manage one project. Over time, I began customizing the boards to fit how I work. For content planning, I added properties like status, priority, publish date, and platform. For development projects, I included fields for bugs, feature type, and estimated effort. The same board structure adapted to different use cases without feeling forced. One of the biggest advantages I noticed was clarity. With boards, I can see the entire workflow at a glance. I immediately know what is stuck, what needs attention, and what is already done. This visual feedback made it easier to stay consistent and reduced the mental load of remembering everything. Another thing that surprised me was how well boards work with databases. Once I understood that a board is simply a database viewed in columns, everything clicked. I could switch between board view, table view, timeline, or calendar without duplicating data. That flexibility saved time and kept everything in sync. Collaboration was another strong point. When working with others, boards made responsibilities obvious. Everyone could see who was assigned to what, the current status, and any related notes. It reduced unnecessary back and forth and made updates transparent. That said, Notion boards are not perfect. There is a learning curve, especially if you are new to Notion. At the beginning, it is easy to overbuild systems and spend more time tweaking than doing actual work. I learned to keep my board simple and only add complexity when it clearly solved a problem. From my experience, Notion boards work best when you treat them as living systems. You review them regularly, adjust columns, and refine properties as your workflow evolves. Once I did that, the board stopped feeling like a tool I had to manage and started feeling like a system that worked for me. If you are looking for a way to organize tasks, projects, or content in one place with full control, Notion boards are worth trying. They are not about doing more work. They are about seeing your work clearly and moving it forward with intention. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, star.